Good morning, everyone. Hey, it's day 110 on the trail. This is the spur trail that led to the Rausch Gap Shelter where I spent the night. Nice shelter, quiet area. A lot of nice people came in. Group of young kids. Young, I say young, they were in their 20s. Very nice. One of them was Appalachian Adventurista. Go check out her channel on YouTube. We were chatting for a while. Very nice. Anyway, today's plan is an 18-mile day to the 501 shelter. Long day. So I'm starting early at 6:30 in the morning. Give myself extra time. First challenge of the day will be, we got a bit of a downhill and then got to cross the beaver dam. The beaver activity has flooded out the trail. So, won't be the first one I've ever crossed, but it can be wet. But from what I understand from comments on far out / gut hooks is it's not much of a problem. So, on that note, I'm heading out. Now I'm back on trail, and heading north. If there's one thing I hate about being the first one on the trail in the morning, it's clearing the spider webs for everybody else behind me. I don't mind when they go across my body or even the lower part of my face, but when they hit my eyes and tangle in your eyelashes, that's a pain in the butt. Oh. Smart rule, let somebody else go first. Somebody tall. Because I'm tall. And sometimes people go in front of me and sure enough, I get them right across the eyes because they're short. The reason there's cobwebs across the trail, sorry, I gotta wipe some out of my eyes right now, is because spiders do something called kiting. You know, like flying a kite. They go to the edge of a branch, attach a web, and when the breeze comes, they jump off into the breeze and they stay attached by their web, and the breeze pushes them across to somewhere else. And then they get off. But the webbing gives them an anchor point and a safety point, but just like trying to describe it. Anyway, it pushes them across the trail without losing too much height, depending on how far the gap is. And they go to a new tree or whatever, bush. Just looking at this. This stream must get some pretty serious flow when it rains a lot. Look at how all that bank is eroded out like that. I suspect those storm drains are overflows. Probably they lead piping somewhere else to prevent the bridge from getting washed out. I don't know. Interesting engineering. Alright. This is my turn. See you up the trail. Alright, I guess we're getting close. My thinking was that as dry as things have been, this might not be too bad a crossing, so we're going to see in a minute. But another reason I wanted to show you this, remember I talked about in succession there are many events that reset the habitat to an earlier pioneering stage. One of the big ones is beavers. They dam up an area, and what happens is all the trees die, like you see this, because they get flooded out. The beavers eat all the stuff that they like to eat, and they move on. The dam rots away, gives way, the water drains, and now you've got what we call beaver meadows. So it starts again at a grassy stage, similar to this. All right. It's going to get wet from here, as you can see right over there. I got a log hop. So, all right, let me get going. Let me put this away. Oh, easy peasy. Water level was way down, and actually, the stuff that you're stepping on was pretty firm. A little movement. The tough part is transitioning from some of the smaller stuff to the big log that I walked on. But other than that, a breeze. Trekking poles are key to not falling in. All right, guess we're heading up now. After the beaver dam came up on this hill, speaking of different ways to reset an ecosystem or a habitat to the beginning stages of succession, fire is a big one too. Must have been one heck of a hot fire. So, as you can see, young trees, they were in the fire, didn't survive. But that's nature, ever changing. Just came out into this meadow, very nice. Met a couple maintainers going up to that fire burn to cut some of the down trees that are up there. They say the weather's not calling for thunderstorms this afternoon, so that's good. And oh, pretty. So that's good, and they get recommended some places in Hamburg to eat, so I'm going to take them up on it. This is how dry it's been. Everywhere I've seen bog boards, because it's supposed to be wet, dry. Look at that. No water. Not just here, but previous ones I just haven't shown. How dry it is. Looks like we're getting a spattering of rain. Might have to shoot up my pack anyway. So, all right, moving on. All right, Swatara Creek and the Swatara Creek Bridge. Pretty big creek. All right. Well, heading north. I know I have to cross under Interstate 81 soon. And then I got a big uphill coming too. So old entrance to an old iron mine, I would guess. I'm not going in there. No desire. Pretty cool. Maybe they forgot to close this one up, or maybe some people dug it out. I'm surprised they keep it open. Up on the ridge, been walking, there's tons of invasives. Multiflora rose, Japanese barberry, lots of garlic mustard. What else have I seen up here? Trying to think offhand, can't. Bittersweet, oriental bittersweet, Ailanthus, lots of stuff here. It doesn't belong, but you'll never get rid of it. All right, it's been a pretty level walk. Had a few knobs to go over, but lately it's been pretty nice, and you get this kind of trail, then mixed in with a little stony trail, rocky trail, but things are going pretty good. Still got a long ways to go to the shelter, about 8 miles. It's a couple minutes before noon, so that's good. It was 18, so I did 10 miles by noon. And I got 8 more to go before I can order a pizza. See, everything's food-based when you're on the trail. All right, let me get going. See, go the striped maple and the helicopters, or banana noses. All right. Black cherry. Yeah, we'll have to go through the trees again. You guys will have to bear with me as I repeat. For the people who tagged along after the start. But with all the leaves out, should be a good time to start going through them again. All right. Let me get some miles done. Yeah, I know I haven't hit the worst of it yet. But this is what I'm dealing with now. Just when I was counting on getting banging out 8 more miles, this is what I got. And they all move. It's just a warm-up for further north. So much for hoping it was just a short stretch. All right, I need 2 hands. This is like a sea of ferns. Look at them all. That's beautiful. All right, starting to go over trees again. First thing we're gonna have to talk about is the difference between a tree and a shrub. There are many different definitions, but a common one is a woody woody as opposed to herbaceous, like a grass is herbaceous, it has no wood in it. A woody plant, upwards of 20 feet, usually with a multiple stem structure, commonly multiple stem. Some of them have just a single stem, but multiple stem woody plant, less than 20 feet. All right. If you have a taller than that, we'll classify it, excuse me, as a small tree. Here's one of the understory trees. Remember this one? Uneven base, a shrub. It's more in shrub form. All right, you can see it's only 10, 15 feet high. It's got alternate branching, so it's not a maple, ash, or dogwood. All right, it's got unequal base, a corrugated, I want to call it corrugated, toothed, but you know, they're not really teeth. A corrugated edge. This is witch hazel. Yes, that makes witch hazel. All right. Witch hazel is an understory tree, very common in the understory. And unique thing about witch hazel is it flowers in the fall. So as you get closer to fall, you'll see these yellow flowers that'll pop open, and they'll kind of look like spidery flowers. They have like a whole bunch of legs. That's the best I could describe it. Witch hazel, common understory tree. Here's a common understory tree. Definitely a tree, but it does come in multiple stems, but its most common form is a tree. All right, we've had this before a couple times. Opposite branching. So it's a maple, ash, or dogwood. All right, there's a leaf, palmate leaf. All right, hand-shaped leaf. All right, toothed edge. All right, let's look at the trunk. White stripes on a green bark. Striped maple. All right, you got that one? This one doesn't have banana noses on it. Bummer. All right, so that's a couple. I'm looking for another one. I haven't seen it. There are a couple others we'll go over. Hopefully I'll get to them today. Only got about 2.5 miles to the shelter. So, in case you're interested, red elderberry. For those of you who like elderberry. Red berried elder, something like that. Here's an invasive species. Winged euonymus. Also, euonymuses are usually called burning bushes because they turn bright red in the fall. This one is called winged because it has these growths on the branches. Very hard growths. If you were to grab that and pull while squeezing, you would cut your hand on those. Winged euonymus. Might be in the viburnum family. Euonymus is a popular landscape plant because of the color it gets in the fall. But unfortunately, it was an aggressive cedar, and now it's all over the place. All right, just crossed the road, but just before I crossed the road was trail magic. Yes, a couple guys doing a nice thing. Had a little turkey sandwich. Gatorade, a pickle. So it was really nice of them to do that. It was very timely, you know. Now I don't have to worry about running out of water. They were very nice. A couple other hikers were there. So I have 2 miles to go to the shelter, and I'll set up camp there, and I gotta wait for some other hikers to order pizza because the delivery guy, there's a minimum. They don't want to come that far out unless they get a minimum order. So I know some of the other hikers talked about getting pizza also, so that's what we'll do. All right, onward and upward, I guess. Yeah, that's where I'm going, uphill. Himmel Lookout. Okay, at the 501 shelter. I'll have to see how good it is inside. Welcome to the 501 shelter. Ah, nice little bunk room. Skylight. That's enough light in. This is awesome. Bare bunks, and it's okay. Cool. Even got a library. Well, I'm gonna guess they have a few mouse issues. They got pack hangers. So, all right, I'm good.